Okay, good day, traders. Welcome to today's episode of my weekly Forex Forecast. This is Ononako Tochukwu speaking for Lazarus Capital. So, as we all know, I trade on the 4-hour time frame, and like I always tell us, my trading strategy is very simple. Once I have identified the direction of the market, I want price to pull back to an area of value, so people can call it the point of interest. From this level, I wait for my market participants to come back and I join them. I also want to check this level to see that it aligns with my Fibonacci 5061.8 for extra confluence. So once price comes down to this level, I wait for my market participants to come in and I continue to trade in that direction when they come in. Also, if the market is ranging, if I see that the market is ranging and the price has gotten to a supply area, an area that price have used as a supply area in the past, if I wait and I see the sellers coming, I will also sell from that area. That is the setup. That is the B setup that I use in the market for a ranging market. So in this B setup, I may not look at the direction of my 200 EMA, because I usually use the direction of my 200 EMA to confirm if I'm bullish or bearish. So but if I see that the market have gotten to a supply area and my 200 EMA is pointing up, meaning that the market is trending upward, I might not wait for it to pull back. If I get a sell entry from that supply area, I will go short. So, having said that, let us just jump right into the chart. So, as we all know, we always start with the Bitcoin, the BTC USD. So, as you can see, the BTC USD is still trading to the upside. We saw this move last week. Why some of us were looking at maybe we'll sell the Bitcoin from this supply area. We were thinking we'll sell the Bitcoin from this supply area, but we'll see price going up. I think that what the market did, these few days back, I think that was yesterday, is to take out the early sellers, those who are trying to sell this market from here. They have that stop loss above here. The market came and take them out. I think that in the coming days, we will see the markets dropping back down because of this supply area that is here. If I get this sell entry, I will join the sellers to take this price back down. From there, I'll wait for the buyers to come in and I will join them to take this price back up. So for the Bitcoin in the coming days, what I'll be looking at is I can see that the market has been trending up from this place, creating higher highs and higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, created a higher high. That was yesterday. So, but I think that these sellers here are active. These sellers who took this price down from here, they are active. So even though I'm waiting to buy the Bitcoin, I'm waiting to buy the Bitcoin because prices have been creating higher highs and higher low. I'm waiting for a pullback, but these sellers here are active. So what I'm looking at in the coming days of the Bitcoin is for a pullback. Let me first remove my Fibonacci. I'm waiting for a price to pull back to a good support area. I will be looking at this level here. I'll be looking at this level here. I'll be looking at this level here. I'll be looking at this level here. Okay, cool. So the Bitcoin is bullish. This is my line of departure. This is where the market, this is the demand area that pushed this market all the way to the upside. I'm expecting the market to pull back to this support area. From there, I will buy the Bitcoin. If I take my Fibonacci from this level to this level, I can see that this area lined up with 5061.8 Fibonacci level area, and you can see that it's a good support area. You can see that it's not that we are just taking the Fibonacci, but we are also looking to ensure that this level is a good support area. If you look left, this is that level here. If you look left, you can see the level. It acted as a resistance here, came down, acted as a resistance here, resistance, eventually broke out, acted as support, broke out. So I'm expecting the price to pull back down to this level. From there, I expect the buyers to come in and take the price upward. So for the Bitcoin, in the coming days, I'll be waiting for price to pull back down here. From there, I'll wait for the buyers to come. I'll join them. I'll join the buyers here. Nevertheless, there's something else I'm saying, that this supply area might be a good point to sell the Bitcoin while I'm waiting for this pullback to this down. I might take advantage of this supply area here and sell this and join the sell. Because of this supply, I will join the sell. If I get the sell entry, I will join the sell. So in the coming days, also for the Bitcoin, if I see the sellers come back in and the buyers push back up and the sellers come back, I'll join them and take the price down here. Then from there, I'll wait for these buyers to come. Then when the buyers come, I'll join them and take the price back up. So guys, I don't know if this is clear for us. So for the Bitcoin, it's bullish here. So we're waiting for a pullback to this support area. From there, if the buyers come back, we'll join them and take the price up. Nevertheless, because of this supply area that is here, if the sellers break below this supply area, or wait for the buyers to come back in and push the market, or if they can't go further and they stop around there and the sellers come back, I'll join the sellers from this point and take the price down. I'll take advantage and take the sell entry while I'm waiting for the buyers at this point to come back in. So for Bitcoin, in the coming days, we'll be looking at two scenarios. Sellers closing below here, a push back to this area. If the buyers fail to go above and they get to this place and stop, and the sellers come back, we'll join the sellers and take the price down. Then when price gets to this support area, if the buyers come back, we'll join them, because ultimately I'm still expecting the Bitcoin to rise. I've not forgotten this my sell entry. This is the major sell entry for me. I've not forgotten this my sell entry from this point. I think eventually the Bitcoin, when the Bitcoin rises to this, and I think it is this buy entry that will take the Bitcoin here. When the Bitcoin rises to this resistance area, that is when we'll see a long drop on the Bitcoin, just like what we saw at this point. Let me remove this my Fibonacci. Just like what we saw at this point, the Bitcoin rises to this resistance area. That is when we'll see a sharp move from here that will go down. Nevertheless, I think that will be around next week. For the coming days, if the sellers broke below this, back into this supply area, and the buyers come in and they fail to push above, and the sellers come back, we'll join the sellers. When price gets to this support area and fails to close below, if the buyers come in around there, we'll join them. So this coming week, guys, we have to be really, really patient with the market. It is by being patient that is when you can take advantage of the opportunities in the market. So let's move over to the next pair, which is the Euro USD. So for the Euro USD, we were expecting the Euro USD to pull back this week so that we can sell the Euro USD, we can buy the Euro USD. But the market have not pushed back, didn't pull back. It pushed, upward, and even did some manipulation at this point. So we are still bullish on the Euro USD because I'm expecting the Euro USD to fall back down to this support area around there. I'm expecting the Euro USD to fall back to this support area around this area. From there, we'll buy the Euro USD. But meanwhile, because of this resistance area we have here, just like what happened on the Bitcoin, because of this resistance area that we have here, if we see a sell entry at this area, we'll sell the Euro USD while waiting for it to come down here so that we'll buy. Because overall, the Euro USD is bullish here. Even though I can see that Euro USD is now trending, is still in a range. I can see this range here. This is the supply area, came back to this demand area. From there, the market build up and fly to the upside. So I think currently the Euro USD is bullish. You can see the market trending to the upside, even trading above our 200 EMA. So currently I think the Euro USD is bullish. But because of this supply area, guys, don't forget that this supply area is not a small supply area. You can see if we go to the daily time frame, you can see that supply area. You can see it here. You can see the supply area here. See, price has gotten there again. So that supply area is not a small area. It's an area that is visible to the big boys. So because even though currently the Euro USD is still bullish, if we see a sell entry from this supply area, we will go short while waiting for the price to get to this support area. From there we'll go long. So in the coming days, first of all, what I'll be expecting, I think what we'll be seeing first is the sell entry. We've already seen the buyers come in, strongly. But what I'll be expecting is, I want to see the market pull back up. Maybe in the coming days, we'll see the market stretch back a little. Maybe this support area here will take it. Then I want to see the market push back up to this resistance area. Then from there, I want to see the sellers come back in. If in the coming days I see the Euro USD push back up to this resistance area and the sellers come back in, I will join the sellers to take this price back to this support. Then when price gets to this support area, and the buyers come in, I will join them, because overall the Euro USD is still bullish. I will join them from here and take the price back up. So just like the BTC USD, for the Euro USD also, we'll be looking at two scenarios. The market is bullish, but because of this supply area that we have here, we'll sell the market if we get a sell entry. But we can't just enter now. Don't enter now. The market has to pull back, because I might even pull back and still liquidate, take out some of the early sellers that are here. If you take them out and the sellers come back, you enjoy them. Or if it gets to this supply area and stop there, and you see the sellers come back, you join them and you take the price down. So in the coming days, in this coming week, I'll be expecting the Euro USD to pull back to this supply area. From there, when the sellers come, I will join them. And when price gets to this support area and fail to continue below, if the buyers come back at this area, I will join them. You can see that this area, is the neckline of the inverse head and shoulder traders. You can see they can call this left shoulder, head, and right shoulder, and this is the neckline. So if the price pull back to this place and the buyers come in, we will join them. So two scenarios for the Euro USD, just like the BTC USD. If price pull back to this supply, because of this supply area, we'll be selling the Euro USD. Because of this supply area, we'll be selling the Euro USD. Then we'll get the sell entry, we'll take it down here. Then from that place, you can see is the neckline of this, inverse head and shoulder traders. When price gets to this support area, the buyers coming will join them. Let's even take the Fibonacci of this move and let's confirm that our level. So if we take from here to here, cool, we can see that this area lined up pretty much well with our Fibonacci 5061.8, guys. So this area is a no-brainer to buy the Euro USD. It's a no-brainer to buy the Euro USD. So once price push back to this, support area, it's a Fibonacci 5061.8 is a neckline of the inverse head and shoulder traders. So a lot of conflicts are there. Even we have our 200 EMA there. 200 EMA traders are there. Chart pattern traders are there. The inverse head and shoulder traders and the Fibonacci traders are there. Support and resistance traders are there. So once price gets to this area, the buyers come in, will join them. If it pulls back and the sellers come back, we'll sell, take the price down here. From here, we'll take it up. So for the Euro USD also, we'll be waiting for two scenarios, just like the BTC USD. For the next pair, which is the gold is pretty much simple because the price, is only one, directional entry will be looking in the coming days. So I can see that price, this is our line of departure. This is supply area when the price drop from. So I will be expecting the price to pull back to a good resistance area, which I think this area is an ideal one. This area is an ideal one. Let me see. Okay, so resistance, support. So the market is almost at our resistance area. Let me take our Fibonacci. Take our Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low. You can see that, okay, it means a bit. Okay, cool. Now, if I even say, okay, let's try this, let's take the Fibonacci of this move. If we take this Fibonacci of this move, we can see that this is where our 61.8 is here for this, from this swing high. Now, if we take it from this swing high, our 51.8 Fibonacci is here. So we'll just zoom it at this point. So, yeah, from here. So, and you can see it's a good, area of value. See, it acted as a support, went up, support, broke below. We're expecting it to come back here and use that level as a resistance area to go back down. So in the coming days, what we'll be expecting is for the gold to rise back into this area. Then from there, we'll wait for the sellers to come in and we'll join them and take the price back down. I might be looking to TP at this point, but be wary of this level that is here. But I think eventually we'll see the gold, moving down. So for the gold, we'll wait for it to rise back to this, support, break below, come back, come to resistance from there, come back down. So let's move to the next pair, which is the Nasdaq. So for the Nasdaq, I can see that price have broken out from this resistance area, this supply area. I can see that we now have a demand area here. From there, the market pushed up. Last week we saw the Nasdaq broken above this level. Now, what do I think? Even though the Nasdaq now is currently bullish, extremely bullish, what I think is going to happen in the coming days, that you see this supply area. Because of this supply area, I won't be looking at buying the Nasdaq for now. Because of this supply area, I won't be looking at buying the Nasdaq for now, even though the Nasdaq is extremely bullish. In the coming days, I will sit on my hands on the Nasdaq and be waiting to see if I see price close below back into the supply area, and I see the buyers coming and they fail to continue this bullish move and they stop maybe somewhere around there in this supply area and the sellers come back, I will join the sellers and take this price down. I repeat, because of this supply area, I won't be looking at buying this Nasdaq, because this breakout, I don't know if it's a manipulation or if the price wants to actually continue trending upward. If the price wants to continue trading upward, fine. Then maybe by next week I'll wait for a pullback to this supply area that will turn to a support area. Then I'll buy the Nasdaq. But if I see the Nasdaq closing back into this supply area I'll wait for a pullback. I'll wait for the buyers to come back in. I expect them to continue this their impulse move and create, and create a new structure, a higher high. If they fail to create a higher high that is broken above this high, and they get to somewhere around here and they stop, and the sellers come in, I'll join the sellers to take this price down. Do you understand me? So I can see that there are strong support areas at this A place. There's a strong support area here. I take the Fibonacci from this impulse leg down here. Okay, I can see my 61.8 is here. So, okay, support. No, there's support here. So, if I sell, I'll be selling back into this support area. But if the market continue its bullish move from here, when it comes down to this supply area and use it as a support to continue up, I will leave it. Don't be too quick to sell to buy the Nasdaq from here, because this Nasdaq can just bleed below here and continue back inside this range. So for the Nasdaq, we'll be watching to see if the price will continue with its bullish move. If it continues, fine. If it breaks back into this range, I'm waiting to see the buyers coming back in. If they come back in, they are supposed to break this structure. They're supposed to break this structure and create a higher high. If they fail to do that, they get to somewhere around, maybe around this supply area, and they stop, and the sellers come in. I will join the sellers to take this, to take the Nasdaq back here. So the Nasdaq requires a lot of patience when the market opens. Just sit in your hands, allow the market to do its thing. Monday, stay away from it, just be watching. Tuesday, just be watching. By evening of Tuesday and by Wednesday, you begin to understand the game that the market wants to play. Monday, just open your charts. If you have your trading window, your trading hours, you come, you look at what the market is doing, shut down. Tuesday, the market will start to show you what it tends to do, but by Wednesday everything will be clear. So you have to be careful with the Nasdaq in the coming days. So the next one is the US oil. So for the US oil, I can see that the market for now is the market is bearish, even though the market is currently bearish, even though we are still bullish until we see price closing below this demand area at 76.816. Until the market closes below this demand area, we are still bullish on the US oil. We can see that on Friday the market closed below the 200 EMA, heading down. I can say that the US oil is trending in this range. When they got to this demand area, it was supposed to break above this this supply area and create, break this structure here and create a higher high. But it got here and the sellers came back in. So even though the market is bearish, as for me, as long as this demand area is holding, we are still bullish. So but currently we are bearish in the US oil. So in the coming days, what I'll be expecting for the US oil is for price to pull back to a resistance area. I think this place will be a good resistance area. If price pull back to this resistance area, from there I will sell the US oil back down to this demand area. So first, we're expecting the market to pull back to this resistance area. From there, if the sellers come in, then we'll join them to take the market down. Maybe from this demand area now, the buyers may come back and take the market up. Then if the price fails to go up and come down, we'll look for a buy entry from this demand area. If price fails to close below, If the sellers come here, come to this demand area, they are weak, and the buyers come back, we'll join the buyers from there to take the price, back up. So, but in the coming days, we'll be expecting these buyers that came in here to push this market back to this resistance area. From there, we'll be expecting the sellers to come back, and will take this price back to this demand area, because I can see that the US oil is in a range. When they got here, when they got to this resistance area and faced to create a new structure, I can see that the market is in a range. Supply is coming back to this demand area. Price is coming back to this demand area. The US oil is coming back to this demand area. So if the buyers come in, when they go up, we'll wait for them. When the sellers come in, we'll join them and take the price down. If they fail to go up and the sellers come in and bring the price down, at this demand area, I'll be waiting for the buyers. If the sellers get to this demand area, they are weak, and the buyers come in, we will join them. So guys, that is the my trade forecast for the week. Let's just do a recap so that we can draw out our trade entry. So for the Bitcoin, I'll be looking to sell the Bitcoin from this supply area at 75,951. If I get a sell entry between 75,610 and 75,951, if the sellers come in, I'll join them. Stop loss can be above here, 76,370. TP will come back here at 71,627. Then for the buy entry, entry will be at 71,601 at this support area. Stop loss can be below here at, let's say 70,000. Then can take the price. I think if I'm buying this the Bitcoin from here, I'll hold my TP to this. Let me just take it at this area at 79,000. Then from there, from this resistance area, I'll be looking at sell entry, because that is the main entry for the Bitcoin. When the Bitcoin gets to this resistance area, we are going to see a massive drop. We will see a massive drop, just like what happened here. If the Bitcoin gets to this area, we'll see this massive drop. A similar, thing that happened here is going to occur here. So selling from this resistance area is the main entry for the Bitcoin. So whatever that is happening here, if you miss this sell or you miss this buy, don't worry yourself. Watch out for this sell entry at this point, because it's going to be a good drop, and it's going to be fast. Maybe in 2 weeks time, you've seen a good move that no matter the loss that you have had since this year, if you can catch this sell move from here for the Bitcoin, it's going to do you good. It's to do you a lot of good. Okay, so for the Euro USD, wait for price to rise back to, for your entry, 1.18190. Stop loss can be above here, 1.18513. Then TP will be here, 1.16274. Therefore, the buy entry, when price gets to this support area at 1.16284, take your entry. Stop loss can be below here at 1.15766. And for the US oil, I eventually think that price is coming back to this supply area. But if you want to be conservative, this resistance area is not a small area. It's an area that is obvious to the big boy, so you can just exit your buy at this area, 1.18193. So for the gold is straightforward. Wait for price to rise for your entry. Let's use between 4,900, let's say 4,910, between 4,910 to 5,000. Between 4,910 to 5,000, if you get your entry, stop loss can be above here at 5,050. Let's say 5,050. Then you can take your TP back at this demand area at 4402. But I think that the gold is coming down to this demand area at maybe at 4,000 at this demand area. Maybe where we'll have this center in this place. Okay, maybe we just exit at this demand area at 4097. TP at 4097. Then for the Nasdaq, you have to be extremely patient for the Nasdaq. If price break below back into this range and you see a pullback to this supply area, price break below this range and you see a pullback to this supply area, you join the sellers. If you get your entry, I think the entry will be at this area at 26,224. Then stop loss can be above here at 26,354. Then your TP can be at 24,738. For the US oil, we will be looking to sell the US oil from this location, from this resistance area. Selling the US oil from this resistance area. Stop loss entry can be here between $93 per barrel to $95 per barrel. Between the $93 per barrel to $95 per barrel in this zone, take your entry. Stop loss can be above here at maybe $98 per barrel, then your TP at $76 per barrel at this demand area, because price is eventually coming down to this demand area. Like I told us, when the market is ranging, if the market has left a supply area, this is a supply area, it gets here and start coming down. The market has left the supply area, it's coming back to the demand area, so price will eventually come back to this demand area. So when you get a pull, when you get your entry at this resistance area, take your TP at this demand area, and if price fails to pull back to this resistance area and continue to come down at this demand area, the buyers will come back. If you see it, you join them at enter at 76.816. Stop loss can be below here at 75.491. Then exit at 93.324. So guys, thank you for staying to this end. Until I see you next week, please take care. Trade, be careful with your entries. Mondays, if you are a 4-hour time frame traders, if you are a 4-hour time frame trader, Monday the market is not going to give you a clear direction. So Mondays, most of the time, you will not get an entry on Monday. Then on Tuesday can be a day of manipulation. The market might be going up, the next day you see it, the market coming down. But on Tuesdays, you can also get entries. Maybe you get the pullback. You can get a significant pullback move that you can take advantage of. Then on Wednesday is when the market trap FOMO traders. Thursday are the D days. Thursdays are the D days. So, but Monday, just come and look at what the market is doing. Don't look for entry, because most of the things that will be happening on Mondays for a 4-hour time frame trader it does not make sense. If you're a scalper, you can get your entry every day and every now. But for 4-hour time frame traders, there are 90% chances that you will not get your entries on Mondays. So when you see what the Nasdaq is doing, when you open your chart on Monday, just observe what the market is doing. Observe what the market is doing. So guys, take care. Please, be mindful of your risk. Be patient. The market is in a very difficult place. The market is a very difficult place. This is one of the hardest. I will not say it's the hardest, because there are people who are in the armed forces. There are people who are they are soldiers. I won't say the trader's job is more difficult than the soldier job. But it's one of the. It's among the tough professions. It's one of the difficult way to make easy money. So please guys, take care. Until I see you next week, God bless you.